Good afternoon from the parking garage of our Airbnb here in Melbourne. We are off on a really cool adventure today. We are heading 2 hours south to Phillip Island in the hopes of seeing some cool animals and experiencing the penguin parade. And if you're unfamiliar with Phillip Island and the penguin parade that we're going to, basically every day the penguins leave their nests and like where they live on the island to go out to sea to like feed and get fish for themselves and like their young, and then they come back every night around dusk, sunset time. And right now it's summer, so the sunset's around 8 p.m. So we're gonna be there pretty late, but hopefully we'll see some adorable little penguins waddling out of the ocean, come back.
Oh man.
All right, so in Melbourne, there's like these right turns because of like the way their lanes are in the tram system on the road, that like you have to be in the left lane to turn right, and then you kind of like scoot left, you stop in the middle of an intersection at a line, and then you can go right when the other light turns green. It's a very interesting system, and I just missed the right turn because I was supposed to like be in the left lane to turn right, and I didn't.
So we're gonna do it up here.
So we're gonna do it up here. All right, so here we go. I have the green light.
But it says wait, babe.
But it says, I know, because I have to wait until this light over here turns green. So
right.
This light is green, and I'm waiting in the wait line for the tram and all the other traffic to stop, and then I can turn right across traffic.
And then we like, what, don't get in an accident with these people? Just like for...
No, because the idea is like this will turn red first, and then that'll turn green, and in the time that this turns red and that turns green, I go before these people go. Also, people just like know what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's not
You're
like,
in the hook lane.
Yeah, like I'm in, this is a designated lane like all across the city. All right, so turning yellow here, red, now that should turn green.
There we go.
Now I go.
Oh my god, beeping.
Beeping, get out of here.
Jesus, this is our first hook.
I'm an American here, I don't know what I'm doing. Doing my best. Okay, hour and 45-minute drive later, we have made it to Phillip Island. First stop today, we're gonna try to see some koalas because we have about 4 hours until the penguin parade starts. And there's a little koala conservation sanctuary place here. So let's see. We haven't gotten tickets online, and it's suggested that we do. Okay, success, we got tickets. 27 Australian dollars for 2 tickets for us to go to the koala boardwalk. And it's already off to an eventful start. Apparently one of the female koalas like escaped the like reserve. We're not really sure like how this whole place works necessarily, because the person said they're all wild koalas, but then this female escaped to the wild, so they're trying to get it out of a tree to then give it some health checkups and like make sure it's healthy before putting it back on the reserve. Again, just gotta walk around like this, looking for a few koalas. They said there are 3 females in this area, so they're around. It's just a matter of finding them. No koalas yet, but they do seem to have like a rail system kind of set up for them to like crawl along these pre-made branch trails with eucalyptus every so often to like probably encourage them to go there and eat so people can see them. Right as I said that, Sarah spotted one just over here. Oh my God, look at it. Right on the end like that, it's so cute.
We've literally been looking at this one up in the tree, but there's one right here. Oh my god. Let's see if we can see him.
I can never get enough of koalas. They are so, so cute. The way that one like ran, it was so fast. And then it just curled up in a little ball and it's going to sleep. So cute.
They sleep 20 hours a day because they're low energy diet.
Made our way over to the other one that they released just like a couple minutes ago. She's right here, eating some eucalyptus.
It's gotta be uncomfortable. I feel like she's really perched there.
Well, it said built-in cushion on one of the signs. So I think like they have extra fur or padding. They got a dumper.
let the koalas out. Gotta keep them in.
So it would appear based on the sign that this boardwalk has 4 females and 5 male koalas. So 9 koalas over here, that's a lot. It would also appear that they do try to keep the koalas in certain areas. Like we talked about the one that escaped. There are like kind of 1.5 meter high metal fences in certain areas. And then the way that one probably escaped was probably by jumping from tree to a different tree. So props to that koala. She was a baddie, but she got caught and got put back in the boardwalk area.
I tried to Google a number of the percentage of koalas with chlamydia, and I literally got numbers from 30 to 90%, so somewhere in there.
Calling all koala experts, if you know the real number, let us know.
This is the tree I would sit on. I'd be like this all day, 20 hours.
Just found our first male koala, and based on the signage, it said they're bigger and have bigger heads. It does look significantly bigger than the females we just saw over in the other boardwalk.
I found another one.
This little guy is the oldest one here apparently, and apparently koalas can live for 12 to 16 years. Doesn't say how old he is, but he does look a little older, a little slower, a little more gray.
Maybe a little wiser.
Maybe a little wiser. Well, he does look a little older, you know? He still looks good. I mean, he's a young 12, you know, for koalas. We were literally just hanging out, reading the map, figuring out what we're doing next. And there's a sign that says like swamp wallabies are around. I literally looked up and it was like right there, like 3 meters away, just chilling. Out of curiosity, I asked one of the rangers how koalas like are able to hold on with the wind blowing and all this stuff, and basically said that the curve of their claws is such that they can stay on branches. Oh, hello. Speaking of branches, they can like stay on branches with very little pressure because their hand just kind of stays like this and the claw is so curved that it can grab it. So there's actually more pressure in like having to release than it is to grab. So
Just like Katie's toenails.
Totally.
Burn! But we're racing to see one last koala before it closes. Got her. She's eating. She's so cute. Oh my god, she's like right here.
Opening hours there are 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. with the last entrance being allowed at 5 p.m. We got here around 4, so we were just in there for an hour and a half until closing time. And probably could have spent like maybe another half hour in there. I'd say like 2 hours is probably like the most you'd need. You see a ton of koalas, a ton of other animals like wallabies. There's some parrots that we saw.
It was
also
awesome. Snakes there, and thankfully we didn't see any of those.
Yeah, that would have been a bummer.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of went at the best time because apparently koalas are more active towards sunset. So I think like midday you definitely still see them because they only have so much space to like go around, but still cool to see them like kind of out and about, like walking, eating, moving around. Just had a great meal in the town of Cows here on Phillip Island at Pino's Trattoria. Absolutely delicious. Now it is time. We have 45 minutes until our penguin excursion starts. We gotta drive about 15 minutes to get there, and then we're gonna wait and see some penguins.
Look at penguins.
Are they right there?
We're gonna see some penguins. Here we go.
All right, we made it to the car park.
Car park.
Found a spot pretty easily. There's plenty more parking too. We're pretty early for the 8 o'clock start time. There are a few different options for like levels of like the penguin parade. We got like the 2nd or 3rd highest one. So I think we're actually gonna be getting like a little tour from like a ranger here, but you can come and like just see the penguins coming out of the water. So depends on what you wanna do and what your budget is. I gotta look up how much it costs and I'll put it right. Yeah, maybe 120.
I just split one.
Might have been 120.
According to that sign right there, you can also come here and do a self-guided one. It seems like there's like a lot of space, but I'm excited for our ranger tour.
Got our lanyards for our tour. Super excited. Last night there were about 1,100 penguins that came, and they came around 8:50, and tonight they're expected at 9 o'clock. Apparently the colony here is about 32,000 to 40,000 what are called little penguins, the smallest penguins in existence. You may also know it as a fairy penguin or a blue penguin, we call it the little penguin.
We're currently walking with our group and we have to put our cameras away at some point, but not yet. We can start to see the penguins coming out of their burrows and even wallabies on the side. They are waiting for the sunset, so a little bit darker, for them to start coming out. It's starting to rain. Got 30 minutes until sunset.
Saw a couple penguins in their burrows. The oldest penguin they've had here is 26 years old. That's an old penguin.
Just made it to our seats, so it's time to put away the camera and let the penguins come out.
It's also starting to rain, so hopefully we don't get too wet. Wow, that was awesome. Highly recommend doing the Ranger tour. It was awesome. It was a group of 10 of us walking around with one guide. He explained any question we had, explained like the whole process. So I think it was definitely worth the little extra money that we spent on it.
I think the biggest perk was just being able to sit in a separate area. Like the two big like stadium kind of section seats were just like a little hectic. So I'm glad that we had our own little section, and that was definitely worth the money regardless.
We probably watched the penguins come out of the water for about 30 minutes, and then the rest was kind of walking along boardwalks. We saw them on like the penguin highway, what they call it, along the boardwalk. So cute. So many round, fat penguins. Like, I didn't know penguins could get so fat, but like that's a sign that there's a healthy colony here. So they were hilarious. You could hear the little feet tapping on the rocks as they walked by. They're
so cute. And it's they get so much fish, they swallow it whole so that they can rest on land for 3 days and then they go back out. So they spend 80% of their lives on the water, which is crazy. But even though we can't show you, I hope this inspires you to come and see them yourself. Like, just because you didn't see our video, honestly, it's kind of good because I had no preconceived notion of what it was going to be, and I was so like pleasantly surprised. So sometimes it's really good to just let nature do its thing. And yeah, so if you're able to, definitely come to Phillip Island and experience it yourself.
And you could also do like more upgraded things. There was like an underground viewing, like a more private one. I think the guided Ranger tour was plenty. I mean, like, I think the more money you spend, you're not necessarily getting like much better than that. General viewing is definitely like the lowest, but if that's what your budget is, like, do it. Like, it's still worth doing. But if you have that little extra budget, definitely do a guided tour.
Do you think you probably have to bring your own binoculars if you don't?
Yeah, I think if you're in general viewing, you have to bring your own binoculars. We also got earpieces, like we said, that the guy was like constantly talking into, so we could hear him all the time. I think general viewing was literally like, you just go, take a seat, and like you're on your own for like seeing them. And you will see penguins. Some of them walked like right up to the general viewing area and like into their burrows near there. So yeah, it's definitely possible for sure. It is great because this facility, I guess sanctuary facility research that they do here is entirely self-funded. So every ticket you buy, everything you buy from their cafe, shop, boutiques, like whatever else in this facility goes towards this research that they do and like conservation and all that stuff. So it is commercialized, but like also for a good cause, and like it helps out a lot of different conservation efforts that they're doing here. So overall, long story short, totally worth it. Totally awesome. We're tired. We have an hour, 45-minute ride back. Hopefully there won't be too much traffic leaving the island. And this was just a warm-up for all the driving we're going to be doing tomorrow when we start the Great Ocean Road. So hopefully we will see you then. And yeah.
Good night.
Oh my God. Third time. Please don't back into us. All right, we're fine. The way it's perched is like...
Oh.
Yep.
You see its rump. You gotta look for the rump. Literally got 3.
We're down the gully. Don't feed wildlife. Feed KJ.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
That's dark or bright. Whoa.